Emotional Boo.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans. With your host, Jesse Martin.
What are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
John Taman.
We finally got professional football back. This is going to be fun.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Max Taylor.
As long as you got Jaden Daniels, you got a chance to win.
Spanning the eras of Washington football. Honoring the past. Commanding the future. And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taylor.
Hey, everybody, this is John. I am the world's worst podcast host, and here we are on a Sunday afternoon. And I say to myself, why don't it's perfect, man. I don't have anything else to do. Nothing's in front of me. No, I'm not rushing to get here. Why don't we usually do our podcast on Sunday afternoons? And then I thought, well, we're usually kind of busy on Sunday afternoons with the point of the whole podcast and everything like that. And that's what makes me the world's worst podcast host. I have stupid ideas and I say stupid things. But welcome. We are all, I am sure, Commanders fans who are sitting on the edges of our seats, pins and needles, ready to go for the legal tampering period, which begins tomorrow at noon, last week at 10 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon or whenever they were at the That's not Tony. You're right, Scott. Welcome back, Max. Max, our still right around the back here. Scott G pointing out the obvious that Tony, we had some issues with Tony. I mean, the guy's he was hanging around the podcast office and Xerox on his butt, and it's just we're just not into that, especially like if a ball pokes through. All right. Hey, what's up? Hey, it's the International Fan of the Year there, Andy Burroughs. Okay, so I got a notification for a split second. I questioned what day it was, but let's go, boys. Welcome to the show, Andy Burroughs. It's great to see you. Great to know you and everybody else out there in podcast land. And if you happen to be listening at a later date, remember, every free agent that we talk about here today that turns out to be a Commander, we were fucking right. We were right. And every one of them that doesn't turn out to be a Commander, they should have fucking listened to me. They should have listened to me. Anyway, that's my good friend over there from Southeastern Virginia who just had himself a sweater, from what I understand. We're going to get into that, I'm sure, as soon as I find his music. And there he is, Jesse Martin. Hey, how you doing there, buddy?
Doing all right. Just had to wipe the forehead.
The forehead, really? I tell you what, that is.
If it hits you in the forehead, Jesse, we got other problems.
Yeah, I can tell you that. I've never gotten a skid mark on my forehead, but you know what? I'd say I'm game for anything, but I don't really want to go down the road that's going to get me one of those. Speaking of somebody who's had skid marks on their forehead, Scott, all right. Now, Scott, you're from the UK.
I am, yes.
Okay, and we're all coming over to the UK next, I would say probably October, to come see the Commanders play football, right?
We are.
So we're all staying at your place. Party at Scott's house.
Fine by me. That's absolutely fine by me. They're not going to know what is hitting in the town. It's going to be like, hang on, there's 4 new people in the gene pool. What's happening?
They're not Etrians, or whatever the hell it is you guys have running over your country. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that kind of stuff because down below, once again, returned from his house arrest. No, actually, you were vacationing in the North Central Virginia.
I was
vacationing for work. Welcome back, Max. There's Max. We don't have any music for Max. So. Fine, good enough. How you doing?
Oh, it's another day here. Let's just remember on this new day that we want to we want to see a comment, and we want to hit that subscribe button because we do it for you. So you do it for us. Why don't you go build a podcast and then you get 3 people on here like Jesse did, and then you kick Keith off and then you bring me on, and then we'll hit subscribe for you.
That's right. There you go. And no offense to Keith, I think he kind of left on his own. He decided he needed to get out there and see the world, and the world needed to see Keith. All right, I get it now. Max's missus must be out, hence the show, and he's allowed. Okay, so the International Fan of the Year is firing shots across your bow there, Andy Burr. Now, let me ask you this, Scott.
Wow.
So Andy is now the official International Fan of the Year. It's out.
He is indeed. He is.
Andy
Yeah.
Burr. All right, so did you guys have to go to any kind of ceremony, like where you handed him a special sword or anything like that?
Yeah, it was a baton. I had to hand him it over. It's like a golden.
It was a little jerk under the table.
Really? You hold, I'll shake. Yeah, that'll just. Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize we were Packers fans, but hey, okay.
I must have just got
for
it
his
from the
trouble.
Green Bay.
Andy Burrows gets a fucking all-paid vacation to downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I must have got it back from Green Bay. You're right,
Speaking
Scott
of a
G.
place to get
Scotty is
skid marks
now
on your forehead.
a has-been. Absolutely, yeah, that's it.
I didn't want to put it out there, Scott G, but Scott is a has-been. I mean, really, I'm getting kind of bored with him. There we go. All right, so we did promise. We talked about free agents last week, offensive free agents last week. We do have some news to get to real quick that we've had. We made a couple of smaller signings. Dietrich Wise signed back. We're all happy with that, I'd say. Anybody disagree?
No.
How about Drake Jackson?
Yeah, good move, that, John. Good move for me. I think, he came off an injury, played a couple of games, former second rounder. You got to hope he's got a bit of upside there, haven't you? But we'll see.
Well, you'd hope so. Yeah, you'd hope so.
Didn't play terrible either in those 3 games.
No.
He didn't really do anything to move the needle for me, but I am also never one that's going to really be too bitchy about depth signings on the defensive line. It's the most heavily rotated position on the field. You're going to
let's see what he can do. I mean, you can always cut him. It's not like we signed him for,
right. We haven't got to OTA yet. So
just real quick, I just saw this. Just wanted to throw it out there. It seems like we might be heavily pursue Tyler Linderbaum.
Yeah.
If the Ravens do not sign him back.
Here, hang on a second. Tell you what, hold on. Hey, local media. Hi, I'm expected to not sign back with my team. Thank you. Bye. Give it 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be linked to the Commanders. You watch. All right. So, I think anything with a heartbeat is linked to the Commanders. And I think that goes all the way back to fucking 2000 when Dan Snyder went absolutely bonkers in free agency and spent all that money and bought us a new team. And it didn't really do anything.
Jeremy Fowler is also listing Rico Dowdle to the Commanders.
Fowler's
to me, that just, I mean, Bill Dowdle, to me, that's like the same fucking player.
I think so too. Dowdle to me is also one of these players that flashes and then he kind of disappears. Now, is that because
last year?
Last year, but that idiot Tepper went down and said, "Look, we just paid Chuba Hubbard. Now he's
right." But
back in there.
Dowdle had 500 rushing yards in 2 games and then had 300 the rest of the season.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But you could also see that the Panthers forced Hubbard back in there, which, I mean, let's face it, I don't mind that. Chuba Hubbard's not a bad back at all. But they did give him a contract the year before, and I just have to think that's got something to do with it. But that also, that does stick out. Scott, what do you think of that? When you think of Rico Dowdle, what do you see? Do you see the big 180-yard game, or do you see the paltry games after?
No, I see the small wins he comes out with. It's a good back, but you're right, Jesse, and what you're saying, I agree with your point. It's kind of Bill similar, you know what I mean? And maybe a little bit. He's a little bit heavier than Bill, but he's not a Tyler Algier type back, a bruiser. And I think that's what we need is a bruising back.
Right. Well, now we did offense last week. But Max wasn't here, obviously. So, I'm
just throwing some stuff that's in the ether. Throw it out here.
Tyler Linderbaum's going to cost a fortune, though. Yeah. That is going to be a big contract if we were interested.
I don't remember.
Also, hearing Jalen Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
High interest on Jalen Phillips too.
The only thing about it is, sometimes some of these guys some of them are better than others at predicting things. Other ones just say whatever they fucking want to. They get stick to the wall because people are fun with it. I think that if you are a clickbait guy out there, you've got a check mark next to the Commanders' names for fans will fucking react to anything. I will get a lot of reaction to this. So we get a lot of that stuff. Tyler Linderbaum is going to cost a flipping fortune. I would think we're probably going to draft somebody. beyond that.
Someone I wouldn't. Oh,
Hey, what's up, Kyle? They want to get more explosive on offense. Having two backs that can take it to the house on any given play is not a bad thing to have. You're right.
Totally agree.
It's always salivating to look at it, but how much are you going to balance their attack is what I'm looking for. And we do need a bruiser. I'm in a tank for C-Rod. Good to see you here. Linderbaum. Do we really think that's the plan, or does it maybe seem like, I can't remember who it was that put that out there this morning, that maybe his agent
Jordan Schultz
trying to leverage the Ravens?
I saw Jordan Schultz, and I saw maybe one other had that out there.
Schultz is one of those guys that usually is right when he says something.
Everything this time of year is all about misdirection.
Of course.
So it's it could be his agent coming out there. I mean, did you guys just see the thing with Caleb Downs 2 weeks ago?
Oh yeah,
with his degenerate knee,
right? That came out and was like,
Nonsense.
"What the hell is this?"
We see this on a yearly basis, though. It is
crack, and his left arm isn't real.
Yeah, we see this every year with players. It gets leaked out. Oh, something's wrong with this guy. It's a lot of it's fodder, and you got to just weave through the fog to find out what's real, and that's teams got to do that.
Not me. I'm a fan. I'm swallowing every bit of it. I'm regurgitating every bit of it, and
we know you do, Dad. It's okay.
That's me. I'm just going to do the whole thing. That's it. That's how we like to do things here in Washington. I'll tell you what. One thing I've been having fun with is doing these talk me out of threads that I've been making with just draft guys and listening to how people react to. I get some good opinions, man. I like that. Not necessarily all of them are very smart, but I like it when people play along and at least, give me their thoughts. All right. So I was going to ask you, Max, because you weren't here. Are there any offensive free agents that you have sticking out in your mind that you're looking for? Anybody that you'd like to talk to right away?
Not immediately, not off the top of my head, just because it's going to be such an open market that with the amount of cap space we have, numbers are going to skyrocket. So Linderbaum would be nice. Alec Pierce would be nice, but those numbers are going to skyrocket very fast.
The more I've been thinking about, Alec Pierce, nice. But we were talking about Tyquan Thornton last week. 4.2 guy, makes plays for an off-schedule quarterback. That wouldn't hurt my feelings much.
Tyquan Thornton from the Raiders, correct?
From the
Chiefs.
Who am I thinking about?
Chiefs.
He had some plays last year, man. He stepped in.
I mean, when he stepped up for their injured and delinquent receivers that they have in Rasheed Rice over there, and he did make some plays. So given more opportunity, obviously, it could be. I would prefer someone.
Is Brandon Ayuk a given?
No. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I mean, Jaden probably wants him. I only want him for a very, very discounted price.
It's like, I think I said this yesterday on social media. When I keep hearing former college teammate, all I keep hearing is that, this is that guy when you're doing your 20s that was always like, can I just sleep on your couch for a few nights till I get my feet under me? So, I mean, Ayuk's got the talent. He's young enough, I suppose. I don't know how much stock I put into him being a problem or the 49ers being the problem, which really, if you look at trends, they have problems with all of their receivers. So I'm not sure whether John Lynch, if you look at John Lynch, he absolutely does look like somebody tried to stick him in a bottle head first. Dude is weird looking, man. His ears are just so strange. And I know I'm talking, but really, I think it has something to do with their negotiations, and maybe it has something to do with that electrical plant that's right next to their practice facility that twists his head around like that. But all their receivers seem to be bitching.
On the Linderbaum, I question this because the fact that Linderbaum is going to have to cost you in between $17 and $19 million a year.
A lot of money.
That's a lot of money on the offensive line. When we have Cosme, we're going to pay Tunsil. That seems like would be three big contracts eaten up on the offensive line.
Not only that, but Linderbaum, I get it. He's better than Biotish, but is he 25 million over 9 million better?
There have been saying that he's the best center in the league.
Okay.
And
yeah, I get that. I'd go with Cade Mays if I had the opportunity to do that. There's players out there at centre as well who are good starting centres. So I can't remember the guy from the Browns who's a free agent as well. Begins with a P. Can't remember that's it.
Yeah, Poachich.
Good player. So
Listen,
it cost you a lot less than Linderbaum.
We do have to protect Jaden. I mean, he's our most valuable asset, and we need to put the right people around him.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be smart about it because we're doing so leaves the defense more vulnerable. It leaves cap space for weapons for Jaden more vulnerable. You're not going to be able to put money, as much money there as you need to. So that's why I'm kind of pushing back on the Linderbaum signing because it just seems like it's just too much.
I think you're right. Andy Burrows, good friend of ours and international fan of the year, taking over for Bleeding Burgundy podcast, constant guest, Scott Hartley. Does your quarterback have any say in free agency? DG, go get him, of course. Of course, JD wants weapons. It doesn't mean they'll go get him. I think, yes, he does have say in free agency. And I think that if JD did say, if they wanted to bring in a wide receiver and didn't talk to him, I'd question what the hell's wrong with them. Yeah, and that's good for any starting quarterback as long as he's your guy. You're not going to go ask Sam Howell this, but
you're more likely to get a discounted Ayuk because of Jaden.
I ate gas station Ayuk one time, and let me tell you, for a few days.
Then if you look at it that way, then okay, maybe you do have money to sign a Linderbaum or something like that. If that's the case, but you're still rolling the dice on Ayuk.
Yeah, I mean, you roll the dice on any of them. Look, one man's treasure is another man's trash. Look at what happened as soon as we released Biotish, for Christ's sakes. As soon as he finished masturbating, Jim Harbaugh went over and picked him up from the airport and gave him all kinds of money, right? And everybody's like, oh, my God, we should have been able to trade for something. No. That's not how this works, okay? If I tell you, look, I'm leaving my house tomorrow. I'm abandoning the place. It's going to be free and clear of title. Nope, tomorrow. But if you give me $1 million tonight, I'll give it to you. You're going to wait till the morning, and that's what everybody does. People act like we don't make the phone calls. That phone is in Adam Peters' hand all the time. So just because the Chargers jumped on him doesn't mean that we made a mistake in that regard. It just means he doesn't work for us. And I hear on one hand that people are very happy about the fact that they let him go because of what is perceived to be performance, as opposed to sticking with a guy because we paid him, which would be, listening to the GM run the team.
And if we're going to be honest, if you look back, Biotish was one of the weaker links on the offensive line this year.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the Chargers offensive line last year?
Oh,
no wonder they jumped at the chance. Do you know what I mean?
Wasn't that supposed to be? Oh, they drafted Joe Alt in the first round. Oh, my God, what are they doing? They're crazy. They're going to build up the greatest line.
And Slater got hurt last year.
Yeah, they're both tackles were gone for the season. So, yeah.
Well, not only that, but they have an overrated putz at quarterback, and I don't want to hear anything of it until he wins anything. Shut up. I know. Wow. Look, I mean, you're right. He's awesome. I'd love to have him.
Just like
as soon as the playoffs come, I need somebody else in there.
He's just like Phillip Rivers. It's fine.
Right. He's Phillip Rivers. All right, so we're going to go do some fast stuff here. Let's put the bongos on. We're going to talk about defensive free agents today. Mm-hmm. We talked about offensive free agents last time, and if you missed that, my God, that was a corker. You should go right back and listen to it as soon as we're done here. So let me put the bongos on because we did pay Snodgrass to play them. So here you go. Thank you, Snod. Do it. All right, I'm going to read off lists here. We're going to start on edge, and I've probably got 15 names on each of these positions. We're going to go 1 through 5, right? 1 through 4.
You're swimming.
You're swimming.
Swimming? All right, well, then.
There you go. You good now?
All right. Fucking bongos. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. I've got a whole bunch of names written down on the spreadsheet here for defensive free agents that we might be interested in, and I'm going to go quick around the room, and I want you to hear from 1 through 5. 1, I want that guy. 2, hey, that's a pretty good deal. 3, if there's nothing left. 4, get the fuck out of here and take all your fucking kids with you. Right,
what's 5?
What's 5?
5. We didn't have a 5. I said 5. I know. I said 5. I got on my hand here, and I just couldn't stop when I got around here to bring
1 to 4.
So there you go. 5 can be whatever the hell you want. 5 can be. Look, man.
Have fun driving UPS this season. Like,
yeah. All right. So, all right. Here we go. Starting with the edge. Are we ready? Gentlemen,
Mm-hmm.
Trey Hendrickson, 32 years old. Jesse.
I'll say 2.
Two. I'm a 2 on him as well. Tony's not here, so
I need the contract to be a short one. You know, we got to pay him by the year. I don't want a long, drawn out contract.
He's going to be a 1-2 year at the max. He's 31 years old.
Yeah. You know, my only thing about him, I'm going to change my 2 to a 3, 2.5, 3. He missed a lot of time last year. I don't want to see that kind of.
That was more towards dude.
That was this.
Was it? Then I don't want a guy that's just going to sit down because of this.
They've been fucking him over for years, so I don't blame him one bit.
Look at the owner of the Bengals and tell me a player that wouldn't do that. Oh boy,
true. Mike Brown is a dick. I'm a 3. Well, thank you, Scott. Thank you. Fuck you, Jesse. All righty, let's see here. Put that back up. Who did he say was the 1?
Scott. Me. Scott, stick together. Go on, Scotty G.
Yeah, that's what happens.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, so okay. Trey Hendrickson, we're all about a 2. I'm about a 2.5, 3. All right, number 31-year-old Joey Bosa.
4.
Yeah, 4 on Joey Bosa. Too many injury histories for me there. Draymond Jones, 29 years old.
3.
2.5.
Look how bad Baltimore was on defense last year.
I got you, but look, when you look at an individual player, doesn't make or break anything, and it's the ultimate team sport. So a guy can come from a bad defense and play good someplace else. He can go from a great defense and play poorly someplace else. It's just how you are able to coach him. 27-year-old Kwity Paye.
That's my 1.
4.
2.
Really?
Yeah, I think
I'm a
he's
3.
overrated.
Wow, we got everybody here.
I think he's more of a D.
Max is a 1 on Kwity Paye. Go ahead. Why do you want?
He's just not. He's not a. I don't think he's the prominent edge defender that we're looking for at all.
Max.
And he's going to cost too much money for what he provides.
All right, so Max. Why do you want Kwity Paye?
He's my 1 because he's untapped. He's from where's Kwity Paye? Indianapolis, who no one's really performed there since Shaq Leonard. Okay. And it's a lot of unknown, and he's 27. So yeah, he's going to cost more than a lot of older guys.
Unknown, though.
Why unknown?
You're buying unknown.
Yeah, because that's what you want with potential. He's the one with the most potential there. Look at how
he's already 27. I mean,
that's great, but he's only 5 years into the league, Jesse. That's what you're going to see now. Is you're going to see 28, 29-year-olds that are in years 3 and 4 with the amount of time that you can spend in college. I don't like Trey Hendrickson.
We all said 2s.
I would prefer Kwity Paye.
Okay, Scott, what are you in on Kwity Paye?
I'm going to go with a 3 there. I think he's more of a D tackle than he is an edge. Being honest, more you could play better of an interior guy. More so like he's a bit of a cross between Dorrance, Armstrong, and Kinlaw. I think there's better out there than him, especially if we're moving to a 3-4 defense. I think you need someone who's a bit more agile and a bit more flexible, not as big.
Derek Barnett, 30 years old. I'm a 3. If there's nobody out there on the shelf left,
3.5.
July, 3.5. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Derek Barnett. Do you guys have any thoughts on? No, Aziz Ojulari.
Ojulari. I mean, I think he could be had for a decent price. So I think 2.5 to 3.
26 years old.
Yeah.
He's not an old man. Yeah, I'd be about a 3 on that guy. Everybody's 1, I'm sure. Odefe Owe.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Owe.
He is my 1, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
Why? For the same reasons that probably you think Kwity Paye, except that he has a lot more. We've seen a lot more from him than we have from Kwity Paye.
I think he plays.
He's a top. He's a top pass rusher on the market.
Agreed.
So just so you know, Jesse, they have the same amount of sacks, and
it's not all about the numbers, though.
He's an edge player. He's an edge player.
Yeah, he's a true edge.
What's up? Pressure rates. I'm just wanting to be sure that you're understanding. When we look at the metrics for these two players, they are the same.
Yeah, I'm going to agree to disagree with you on that one.
I'm just talking metrics. You can talk about eye test. I'm seeing what they produce.
All right. Well, that's what.
And again, it's not all about the numbers.
I think when it comes to something like this, that's what you have to look at. Because it's what have they produced on the field. You can say, oh my gosh, they're the best person at hypothetically getting to the quarterback. But if you don't get to the quarterback, that doesn't do anything.
I got to tell you, I'm pretty good at hypothetically getting to the fucking quarterback. I can do it practically anytime I want.
Next.
Oh, okay. Peyton Turner, 27 years old.
Former first rounder. Not
He's
for me.
he for a 3-4, he's going to be an
a
inside
2 for me.
linebacker.
He's a 2 for me.
He would be an inside linebacker in a 3-4.
That's all right. We're going to need inside linebackers. I'm looking to stock time. I'm looking to stack talent on the defense is where I'm looking to do, especially off-ball talent like that. Peyton Turner, 27 years old. He's a 2 for me. Where do you want him here, Jesse?
2.5, 3.
All right. You got an opinion on him there, Scott?
No, 3 for me. He's former first rounder with the Saints, isn't he? As far as I'm aware.
That I don't.
He's from Pittsburgh.
I also think, like, kind of, especially when you're getting into the second contract.
I'm thinking Peyton Wilson. You're right.
All these Peytons. All right, Arnold Ebikete.
He's the same one for me as Kwity Paye with a 2. He's just the unknown.
Okay, well, my unknown is how do you have a last name like Ebikete and they call you Arnold?
I don't know who he is.
Well,
never.
He went to Penn State, so
yeah. I just look. You just got to get some kind of match on your name there. I'm really no opinion on that. Boye Mafe,
great player. That's my number. That's one of my number ones. My number one edge rusher.
Well.
Yeah, he'd be probably 1.5 for me. Yeah.
Max, where are you on him?
I mean, he'll be cheap. Oh, sorry, Matt. I think he'll be cheaper than Owe. So that kind of moves him up just a little bit for me.
9 sacks, 6 sacks, 2 sacks last year.
He's kind of one that I don't think he's probably like Max thinks with Kwity Paye. I'm not sure if he's even reached his full potential yet.
Agreed.
Honest to goodness, when it comes to getting to the quarterback, we weren't terrible last year. We were just incredibly inconsistent. I mean, we weren't good at it. We weren't terrible at it, but we were very inconsistent. The thing that I'm looking for with these edge players, I want a guy that can set that edge too, that can contain that run and not just be. Yeah, I want a guy. That's what I'm looking for. We've got a lot of help that we need on the edge, and it's not just pass rush. I think our pass rush will gain by having Dorrance Armstrong come back. I think people kind of sleep on that guy. They don't give him the credit that I think deserves. I don't think he's a world class, top 5, top 10 in the NFL. But at the time of his injury, he was top 1 in sacks in the league 5 weeks in. Let's see. I'm trying my best with these names. We should let Scott Hartley, the official pronouncer of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, the BBP, to say these names. Victor Dimukeje, 26 years old, long name.
No idea.
All right, David Ojabo.
Ojabo, yeah. Is he with the Bengals? Joseph Asai.
Yeah, I would rather pull from places where they've got success.
I mean,
that's why I'd be honest to God, I'd look at Browns guys before I'm looking at Bengals guys. All right, linebackers, you ready?
I've still got a few edge rushers myself.
All right, go ahead.
There's quite a few that you missed out.
Well, please then.
Jalen Phillips, obviously. You're going to market value 17 million. He would be a 1 for me as well in numbers. Malcolm Kuntz, I've been talking this guy up for months from the Raiders. I know it's the Raiders.
See, I thought you were calling Scouse a name.
No.
Every time you said Kuntz, I'm thinking, damn.
9.9 million market value, 27 years old, but he's an on the edge. He's an on the up edge. So there's a lot of upside there with him. My final one would be Kingsley Enikbari from the Green Bay Packers, 5.9 million. He's kind of like you want Max. He's kind of a Kwity Paye size wise edge rusher who can set the edge. That's a depth piece for me. That would be a 3. But if we got him in, I'd be happy with that. It's more of that's your Jacob Martin replacement, if that makes sense.
I'd like to see Jacob Martin re-signed, but it doesn't seem like they want to do that. Jesse, who else did you have in mind?
No, I was just like, if you want to go the veteran route, if we plan on drafting a young player, you can do the Uter Moss or for something cheap. I'm talking about like not a lot of money here. Mm-hmm. Even if we draft one of the edges, bring back Von Miller, players like that. That's available on the cheap.
Yeah. I mean, Von Miller, he's sending out mixed signals, and I think we've agreed with this all along. I would like to see what Von Miller can do with just the limited snaps that he was intended to have. He got 10 sacks, way overplaying last year, way beyond what he was supposed to be out there doing. So,
did he get 10? I thought we got 7.5.
No, he got 10.
He was at 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought
because that was his
more than I thought.
his incentive.
he had an incentive.
He got that on the last game, I believe.
But right, but if you look at our defense and you say, oh, we had a 10 sack defensive end, we had a 10 sack edge. What? Everything was so inconsistent, and that's why when I'm looking at these edge guys, I really want to see somebody that can also. I don't need just a pass rusher. I'd love to see a freaking assassin that can get after a quarterback, but I want a guy that can set that edge too. And
you're right. You got to have
a
mixture of both, and
for this team right now, you do,
especially since we are switching up to a hybrid 3-4. Your pass rushers need to be more active, and a little bit quicker off the ball and setting that edge. We're spreading things out on the line. So we got to keep that in mind.
All right, Max, did you have anybody else in mind on the edge?
No, y'all covered it.
All right, because literally when I'm looking at edge free agents, there's so many of them. We could just spend a whole day on that. All right, so moving to linebacker, we're going to start off with the senior citizen, Levante David, who I think is related to David who threw the rock at Goliath.
Five. Yeah.
Wasn't he like? Isn't he like 30?
He's 30. He's 36.
He's
37.
Wow.
Yeah.
My age I have down here will be what he is at the start of the season. So,
I mean, Levante David, he's had a great career.
Yes, he has.
Great job.
Yeah. Yep. If you're going that route, you might as well bring back Bobby Wagner.
Right.
Exactly.
Like seriously, it's just we got to get younger. We got to get quicker. We need a good middle linebacker that's going to take over that role and keep that role for 5-7 years.
Yeah, and I'm a 5 on Levante David. I only put him on the list because for so many years of his career, I'm watching him going, damn, if we had somebody like Levante.
Yeah, but I mean, Levante David's been in the league since I was 15 years old. Like that's how I look at those players.
All right, Logan Wilson.
That's a
Detroit Lion. Is that who he plays for?
I don't know.
Oh no, Alex Anzalone. He plays for the
That's
Lions.
Anzalone.
Logan Wilson's at Dallas. He's a good depth
Yeah,
piece.
right. Logan Wilson's at Dallas.
He also got cut.
Good depth piece.
Now Anzalone, we can talk about that, even though he is older.
He's 32.
Get something.
Played.
I mean, he's played well the past years. The price is right. Talk about it.
Come on down.
It's 2.
Come on down. All right. Well, now here we go. Max, you had something to say about Anzalone?
Anzalone is a 2 for me.
He's a 2. All right. Ready for this one? Here we go. Free agent Cole Holcomb.
Fuck off.
Fuck.
7. 7.
He's a 9 for me. All right. Quay Walker. Quay Walker is one of my 1.5.
Yeah, one.
He's a 1.5.
Definitely interested in talking.
25, massively high upside, good
Yeah.
middle linebacker. Yeah,
The
definitely.
Packers wanted to bring it back, and they couldn't get it done.
He's 0.5 for me. Go ahead, get him.
0.5. Go get him.
Go ahead.
Devin Bush, 28 years old.
He was good coming out of college, but he hasn't performed to that level in the pros.
Well, we have several Devins on the list here. So we'll go to Devin Lloyd.
That's going to be pricey. I mean, he's
a lot.
I don't mind. Dude, you know how long I've been wanting a linebacker for Pete's sake?
I know.
No, I get it. I totally get it. That's goddamn a lot of money. I get it.
Yeah,
he earned it, though.
He's a 1, obviously, but
All right,
I have 2 1s, and he's one of them.
All right, so I'm only going to play this time because we had it since last time, and this is what I'm used to at linebacker. Give me a linebacker.
From the John Bostic collection comes a fragrance for the man who doesn't know what he's doing. For the man who has all the questions. The tight end caught a pass. The running back is open in the flat. Tackle someone. For those days when you want to be out of position. Or the days you want to be hopelessly slow to react. Or both. Whiff by John Bostic. Available now wherever bullshit is sold.
Right. And I have been wanting a linebacker ever when they signed John Bostic. Max, do you remember? I was even like, at least we know who he is. At least he's got some history there. Maybe we can get something out of him. And then every time And it's
All you
just been
saw
nothing
was the
but
back
crap
of his
ever
fucking
since.
jersey, just
It's just been nothing but
tackling air. Or nothing
Who was
at
it
all.
snapped his ankles? I can't even remember who it was running back.
Everybody?
It was
Oh,
Yeah.
everybody.
him and Cole.
All right, so
Holcomb.
Devin Lloyd, yeah, spend the money as far as I'm concerned. Now this one's been linked to the Cowboys. Nakobe Dean.
Yeah.
He's a 2.
Yeah, he's up there with me.
two.
I had him on my list that I sent you as someone to look out for.
I loved him coming out of Georgia.
Yeah, me too. Me
Everybody
too.
did.
Questions
been a
about
bit
his
underwhelming,
injury,
Ralphie, with what he was expecting.
his injuries, but if you get him for the right price, hell yeah, bring him on.
7.9 million a year according to open market value, but it might be a bit more than that. But side to side speed, he's got it. You aren't going to be what we're talking about there. It's not Bobby Wagner in coverage, is it? You know what I mean?
No, not at all. He's 26 years old, which seems young.
Mm-hmm.
26 at the start of the season. Like I said, I extrapolated up. Let's see here. Jerome Baker.
No.
30-year-old Jerome Baker. He's a Dallas Cowboy,
No.
I believe.
Mm-mm.
Which might give him the Dan Quinn. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. All right, Devin White. Another Devin.
How old's he now? About 30?
28.
Oh, he's from LSU.
I'd say 3.
3, 2.5, 3.
Yeah, 3 for me. Isaiah Simmons.
No.
3.
Yeah, I'm going to 4.
maybe 3.5.
He is a player. He was so hyped coming out of college because of positional versatility, and he has never been able to.
Flex?
He's never found a home in the pros.
You got to have a niche for players like that. You kind of got to develop a specialized
Like
hybrid type of defense, kind of like what we might be running. So he could fit. It's about a fit.
I remember in college, he had his last year in college. He played every position on the field.
Yeah.
Like
His fan base was so pissed. A lot of fans would
receiver and quarterback.
They wanted us to trade back and to pick him up, and they were everybody was.
He was the top 10 pick.
Yeah,
he was playing X receiver, was he, Max? Wow, it's not bad
For me, it's too many vowels in a row.
I'll tell you one guy that I'm looking at. I have high on my list because I think he would fit this particular defense. And this goes for pretty much all free agents, coming from places like Denver and Minnesota, where they run a similar defense. Is what's his fucking name? Alex Singleton. Alex Singleton.
There's never anything that ever summed up the Bleeding Burgundy podcast.
What did I just see?
He's got all this going for him. What the fuck's his name?
Or you can bring in someone like Eric Wilson. And to help implement this style of defense.
Micah McFadden, did you say?
Micah
John?
McFadden.
Not for me.
No, you're getting these out the bottom of the
Tremaine. I'll give you a Tremaine Edmonds. What about
Tremaine Edmonds?
Edmonds is a 2.
Yeah, I got Micah McFadden on there because he sounds like a pop star.
The one that you haven't said that's my other one is the Bobby Okereke.
I was gonna bring him up.
Okereke.
I think he's like a 2, maybe 1.5 to 2 for me.
Well, see, here's the thing. When I make these lists, these are the rapid fire things. When we get to the guys that you guys want to hone in on, that's where we're doing.
Yeah.
All right. So Bobby Okereke, I would definitely be interested in Bobby Okereke.
Yeah, 100%.
I am interested in anything that's got an LB on the other end of its name. If it can run and tackle something, please.
Your Quincy Williams, your Matt Milanos, if you want to go older, it saves some money, is what I mean. We have a lot of holes to fill.
That's the problem.
And there's going to be certain situations in certain positions where we're going to have to get a 29 to a 30 to a 31-year-old player. So, how do you divvy up your high dollar assets that you bring in? You're going to have to bring in some low dollar, a little bit older assets to fill in the gaps too.
Yeah, and I think people are going to get up all apoplectic about that and think that Adam Peters is going old and going cheap and all that. And we got a lot of holes.
Don't have a choice.
Yeah, you got to spend the money.
Got to.
You have to have the players. All right, so are we done with linebacker? You got everybody there on your linebackers that you really like?
Yeah, Devin Bush.
Yeah, Devin Bush is Quay Walker. These are where the guys I want to spend some money on the linebackers, and I definitely want to spend on linebackers. And I want to see Jordan McGee step forward.
But what if you got Sonny Styles?
I
right
think
now,
we still need a linebacker.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
still
I
need a
know.
linebacker.
I know what you're saying. We need a linebacker then. Linebacker.
We can't bank on, hey, we're going to leave this hole open for a player at 7 overall.
I know.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's always
protect yourself.
Right.
If we had number 2 overall and we knew Mendoza was going number 1.
Well, then we got our, we got whatever we want. All
story.
right, so cornerback, another big need area for the Commanders, which I think they're going to address in free agency with lower end guys. I don't think they're going to go heavy, but I'm just going to start off with a name with just a random list of names. We'll start with Monteric Brown. Anybody on Monteric Brown?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
he's a good player for the Jags. I watched him. I think the Jags will re-sign him though.
All right, Anthony Kendall, 27 years old.
No.
Caillou Blue Kelly.
Is he coming back?
Come on,
back again?
Caillou Blue Kelly. No,
throwing darts at a dartboard here.
The only bald cartoon character I would want anybody named after on our team would have to be named Elmer. Tariq Woolen. I think everybody.
Yeah,
Tariq
Woolen.
Yeah, of course.
All right, Benjamin Saint-Just.
Are you trying to give Scouts a coronary?
Can you imagine if we signed Ghost and Kelly, Blue Kelly?
Let's bring Fabian Moreau back while we're at it.
Why not? We'll have a long French backfield.
Jonathan Allen.
And Benjamin Saint-Just, which, by the way, if y'all didn't see the 300th episode, Benjamin Saint-Just did write us an email to congratulate us, and he said, Monsieur, if you even think for a moment without using my name for some idiotic email congratulating you on 300 episodes de le podcast, you can just forget it. Do not even play with me. I hate you guys. I will seek my lawyer on you so quick your heads will spin. I will sue you into oblivion. This is your only warning. I will not be trifled with. Whether or not you think I can cover the wide receiver or make the interception is no reason to make fun of me the way you dickheads do. Sincèrement, Benjamin Saint-Just. Thank you for writing to us, Benjamin Saint-Just. I need to get some accordion music.
Go on there, Scots as well. Let the weekend.
I've never seen that before.
You've never seen?
Have you not seen that one? That Benjamin Saint-Just, yeah.
Oh, I don't have the video up with me. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, so so we're all out on Benjamin Saint-Just.
Yes. We are, yeah.
Did he get an interception while he was with who was it, with San Diego? Well, he was with the roommates.
I think he got one.
He got one. So he got his first interception. Yay. All right, Greg Newsome.
This is one I'm definitely interested in Newsome.
Absolutely. Dude, if it's got Cleveland Browns defensive back next to their name, my interest is up. I'm not
he's been with the
Jags.
I thought he was
they traded for him at the year.
But he played very, very well with the Jags too. Very well.
He did. But the thing is, they want Monteric Brown rather than Greg Newsome. So Greg Newsome will hit free agency, whereas Monteric Brown probably will not.
This is why I'm the world's worst podcast host. I am there was definitely a Greg Newsome that used to play for the Browns, and it's
the same
25 years ago. And it's probably
it was at the trade the season. He was a trade deadline trade.
Yeah, just
so there you go. All right, I'm not as stupid as I think. Trayvon Diggs. I'm stupid enough to say about Trayvon Diggs. No, I don't want it.
57.
Yeah, 57 on Trayvon Diggs. Now, here's one that I do think is going to happen and is going to be a lower end, inexpensive signing, and it's Jeff Okudah.
Yeah. So do I. Absolutely. Inexpensive. £1 million deal, $1 million deal. Happy days, vet minimum. Cheers.
I think we have to.
Happy days.
We have to spend some money on quarterback. So I'm not sure on corner.
But that's just a depth piece.
Yeah.
I
think for a vet minimum.
Jonathan Jones out.
Yeah, that's it. For a vet minimum, I'm really
for a guy that knows Durante Jones. That I think is the primary reason why I'd see why his name sticks out to me.
He's probably
how many years did he play in Minnesota? 2.
He's 27 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't have his career up in front of me, but he's been there a couple of years. That's the reason that I pick his name out. He won't be expensive. He'll be a depth piece, and he knows Durante Jones.
Absolutely, good signing that would be.
Adoree Jackson, little long in the tooth. Nice name, but thanks anyway. Rasul Douglas. I thought I saw he got re-signed. Did I?
Yeah.
Rasul Douglas.
He's another old one.
He is an old one, but he's the guy.
If you're bringing him back, or if you're trying to, I think him and Jonathan Jones are very similar.
Well, if we saw what Jones could do last year, and it wasn't anything. So if a guy can do even a little bit,
what about Noah
money.
Igbenogany? Bringing him back?
Igbenogany, I kind of like Igbenogany for the role that he plays with us. He doesn't embarrass himself
most of the time.
Most of the time, but he has good length. He plays all right in the slot. But I think that when you look at our defensive backfield, I'm not laying as much on them as I do on their coaching, with the exception.
He's still only 26 years old. He's still very young too.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see here. D. Alford.
No.
Nah, girl's name.
There's not many corners that are like
there is
this year.
There is. There's a couple. No.
As I just said, there's not many. There's a couple, Scott.
It's not Samuel Jr.
That's the name I was going to bring up.
He's 26.
26 can be had as probably at a decent price.
Injury prone.
Possibly. It would be he would be probably a 3 for me, but it's kind of on that intriguing line right there.
There's two I've got.
Martin Emerson. That's the last one I got it written down here.
Okay.
Emerson's
okay.
2.
Who else you got in mind, Scotty?
Oh, Eric Stokes from the Raiders. Again, very good. He's 27. Miles better than what we have. He's used to a 3-4 scheme, high upside. Happy with him. You can have him for a market value of $7 million. The other one is probably the best corner in free agency is Alontae Taylor from the Saints. No one's even talking about him at the moment. He will cost a pretty penny, probably about 16 mil. But it's going to be too expensive, I think, if you're investing that much in there. I mean, I'm looking at corners now on market value according to Spot Track, and
Taylor's the number 2. Nahshon Wright is
Nahshon Wright. Yeah, is up there.
Why am I bringing forward? And wasn't there a corner from the Chiefs? Corner from the Chiefs.
Jalen Watson.
He just got. Did
he get signed and trade or traded or signed and trade? I thought he was going to be a free agent.
No, it looks like he is a free agent. 12 mil.
I don't see him on.
He's on Spot Track.
He's on Spot Track. Yeah.
What the hell? He's not on mine.
Are you looking at it previous AAV? Is that your sort?
No. I'm just all cornerbacks available.
Right. Your sort though, in order to get the list, is it on previous
market
AAV?
Value. Go on market value at the end.
It's just all free agency types.
Right.
Yeah. So what should I?
So if you at the top where it says like player, position, age, yada yada, you probably have it sorted by previous AAV because that's the default. If you scroll over more and you hit market value, that'll be what they're projected for next season.
It's hard to find on it. I do love Bush, Kyle. I'm old school. So
positional summary.
Kyle, you'd be amazed how many times we have analysis starting the podcast while Scott
by year.
What the hell are you looking at?
Spot Track, man.
You're looking at Jesse. Go to the list of players.
Do we have to do this right now?
Jesse, for some reason, doesn't know how to work a website. So
right there.
All right, here we go.
Yes, that's not the right spot to be looking. That's right. Now, if you scroll back up, that's not that far. All right. Now you see where it says players. If you swipe over, you should see market value.
There we go. See now, all right. Now here we go. Will Compton wants us to organize a little better. He says, "Boys, speak one at a time." I mean, we got helpers here, folks. We've got a director. So
we have. We should have him on.
We're gonna have to find out where we can send him his royalty check.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, this is not the time to learn how to use a website because we're all on the internet and we all know how to do it all at the damn same time. And it doesn't make any difference whether we sort it right. Did you find the name you were looking for?
No, he didn't.
All right, there we go.
Because I don't have that option. The previous AAV, swipe over.
I see.
I just can't swipe over.
Oh,
yeah, you can't on a phone. Anyway,
here we go. We're gonna go to safeties now.
But yeah, that's my CB1 was Watson.
Okay,
just throwing that out there.
Throwing it out there.
It won't be cheap. But
all right, 30-year-old Kyle Duggar.
2.
Yeah, I'd take him.
I'd take him over Will Harris.
2.5. I'm deep in the tank for Caleb Downs. So him and Sonny Styles, one of those two, linebacker, safety, one of those two. So I'm going to be kind of light on what I picked for safety here. Jesse, where are you on Kyle Duggar?
I think he's going to be expensive.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're all, even the vet minimum is a lot more money than I fucking made.
So market value for Duggar, Jesse, is only $5 million.
That's not too bad. I figured he'd be a little bit more.
Okay, so maybe
Jalen Thompson, I think, is 1, 2. That's a
let him get through his list, Jesse.
Jalen Thompson was next on the list. Jalen Thompson, 26 years old or 28 years old. Excuse me. My vision is
9 point something mil a year. I think.
Yeah.
If you want to go big, a little bit pricey, he's probably a 2 for me as well.
I'd say he's a 2 for me as well. Now here's an older name, but if you can find me a time that he's not productive, go ahead and tell me. But Kevin Byard.
Yeah, he's decent.
Like
30. He's nearly 30. He's nearly
33 at the start of next season, but
2.5.
Lead the league in interceptions.
Yes.
All right. I mean, the Bears were stealing the ball left and right. So everybody that there's a free agent from their backfield is coming up in my eyes. All right. They were just snatching the ball. Kevin Byard's always been, in my opinion, a damn good player. But at this age, I don't want to spend what I think it would take.
7.5 mil, according to Spot Track.
Well, maybe I would spend
It's a
that.
lot.
I mean, I kind of got that laying around in the couch cushions. Go ahead, Max.
No, I'm looking at the Spo Track. How is it that Reed Blankenship has only been in the league for 4 years?
He's one that's
He probably went all the way through senior.
It feels like he's been there for 15 years.
You're kind of right, but I wouldn't mind Blankenship.
Wow,
he's been a solid.
Yeah,
He'll be 27 at the start of next season.
Yeah.
All right, Cam Curl, he's off the market. He re-signed.
Yes, he did.
Darius Washington, he'll be 27.
3.
Jaquan Brisker, another guy.
Yeah.
He'd definitely be a 1.
He is the best box safety.
He's definitely going to be a pricey one too.
He, according to Spotrek, he's the number 3 safety for market value.
That sounds like it's in the right area for me.
Kobe Bryant, number 1, 14.2, and Brian Cook from this Chiefs, 14.1.
Yeah, I had Brian Cook on my list too. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kobe Bryant, but you've got another famous guy's name.
I got a guy on here who I want. If you get to it, John, great. If you don't, I'll shout up.
I mean, I'm not signing a fucking punter named George Clooney. I'm just not doing it. Right? All right, so let's see here. Jaquan Brisker,
Yeah,
I only want that guy. I'm only a 3 on that guy because if he ever makes a play, you know what I'm going to do, Max. Right?
I do.
I want it as a depth piece. Yes, I would take him.
Whatever.
The Ifeanyi Oelete dance.
I had the Ifeanyi Oelete dance. I could re-resurrect the Ifeanyi Oelete.
He's 26. Good depth.
What the dance looks like. I'm telling you, Scott's trying to have a decent football discussion, and I'm throwing visions of in Max's eyes of me dancing around the house with.
You and I did it together when I was 7.
Go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah, Melifonwu is a good player for 3.7 million. I'd take that. I think he's better than Percy Butler. He's going to be better than probably
special teams.
Yeah, he does play special teams as well. He's a good player. I think he'd be okay.
Okay. Jesse, you got any thoughts on it? Melifonwu?
Not a whole bunch. It probably might be a small upgrade.
Okay. Daniil Thomas.
Just say Daniel. Move on.
Hey, I got to say it the way his mama told me to. Rayshawn Jenkins. He's old. No thank you. Nick Cross.
Yes,
25 years old.
He's a good one.
Yep.
He's good. He's
Definitely. He's up there on list.
PG County boy.
I would want his market value is only about 6 to 7 million. So I think he'd be a good one.
Nick Cross be a good signing. Jabril Pepper.
He had a great season last year for the Colts. So yeah.
Yeah. Jabril Peppers.
We are trying to get younger.
We are. Jabril Peppers has been one of those guys that
he never reached his potential coming out of
right.
He had some good years here and there, but
if I'm trying to equate it to something you did when you were younger, what are you saying there, Max?
Sorry, no, a golf cart just drove past the door. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, Max is he's doing the podcast at the country club. You completely blew it out.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Ifeanyi Oelete. All right, I think that's all I have for defense. Who have you got? Any other names that you've got that you're sitting on that you would be interested in? I really didn't bother with any interior linemen. I think that we have enough of a phone list of big fat guys that can come in a pinch guys like Eddie Gold.
Logan Hall is the only one I can think of that would be a rotational decent player, because we don't know what we've got really still with Johnny Newton and Deron Payne's. Is he in his last year? Is he not in his last year? Don't know.
Yes, he is. So what? All right, now something else that came up this week. Speaking of that, and I'm also going to go back to this. Will, I'm glad you're here, but if you've never been here before, we don't organize a fucking thing. Kind of the whole point. Anyway, now Will blew me out of my brain what I was thinking about there. Something else.
Something else.
Any interest whatsoever
his
in this? I have no. I don't have any interest in this, but a familiar name, CJ Gardner Johnson.
For a cheap deal, not a bad one.
No, thank you.
I don't.
I think he's a head case, a little bit of a head case.
Yeah, but he's a safety.
Game against us for spitting in the guy's face.
What would you want from a safety other than a head case?
Well, yeah, I get it, but I don't want to be thrown out of an important football game, and when Philadelphia gives up on you
twice,
right? That's kind of telling it for me. There's guys with talent. I mean, people to this day will still talk about that fucking moron that we had here as a safety whose name is escaping me right off the top of my bat. Who?
DJ Swearinger.
DJ Swearinger. You know what DJ Swearinger's best talent is? Getting fired. Oh, he's telling it like it is. You know what? People don't want you to tell it like it is. No, they do not. And anybody that thinks that, I just think I'll tell it like it is, you will find yourself out of a job before you fucking know it. It's just the way it is. And I'm telling it like it is. So yeah, man, I'm lost as to where I was going with DJ Swearinger. So fuck it. Scott, what do you have to say about this?
About DJ Swearinger?
Go right ahead.
Anything,
he found himself in a gay bar.
No, I didn't. No,
no?
There is. Yeah. No.
So, Will Compton tells us to please go ahead and prepare. There you go.
That's it.
I think DJ Swearinger is still playing professional football.
For the Defenders,
a pair of panties doesn't count.
He was on the Defenders, I think, last year.
I think he's still there.
Is he on the Defenders? Well, good for him. Good for him.
Another name I'll throw out in the safety market, Terrell Burgess.
Yeah.
He had for cheap, veteran.
I think that's
Andre Cisco.
Cases.
It's only 27.
You just want him because he's a Jag.
Oh, Andre Cisco. Yeah, but good player. He was I think he was with the Jets actually last year.
Yeah. That always
besmirches
it for me if they were with the Jets. Except for a couple of names. Anyway, so the legal tampering period starts tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Fuck off. Legal tampering. How can it be legal if you're tampering? It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Exactly. Hold on a minute. I'm going to tamper, but it's completely legal.
It's part of the NFL cog, man. It gets people clicking on the sites. It gets the fan base
to say. Nonsense. This is where I get bothered by it. Why? Just call it negotiation time. It's negotiation time. The league year ends Wednesday, and that's when contracts
starts. Yeah.
All right. So that's when you can do things. But yeah, it's negotiation time. This is legal tampering. It's not tampering if it's legal, and if it's fucking tampering, it's illegal. So shut the fuck up with your stupid shit. No wonder the referees can't make a fucking decent game. They don't know what the hell's going on.
And you don't think that none of this has already been discussed in the combine? Well, every general manager and front office executive is sat in their own little suites. I wonder what happens.
Oh, dude, this is where it's all done. Look, I'll tell you what. Who was it? It was a defensive end for the Falcons. Eric Green, I want to say, maybe long ago, wrote a book about his time in the NFL, and he basically said that the combine was the stupidest waste of time that he'd ever been a part of in his entire life. It didn't do a thing. It didn't change anybody's mind about anything. He says the thing that happens at the combine more than anything happens after hours in the restaurants and in the bars, where all the GMs and all the owners and all these scouts, they all sit together and they get loaded and make up deals. And that's the legal tampering period. Not that's been going on a couple of weeks.
The underwear Olympics. That's all it is.
I did a cartoon one time and was called very, very bad names about it because I had all these guys bent over in their jock straps, and I had Claire de Lune, and I had a doctor just sticking his fucking fingers up their assholes, making noise. Well, I mean, you couldn't see it Scotty. It was just implied. It was a cartoon, for fuck's sake. All right. So is there anything left on free agency that we want to talk to? Who are we really hoping to see at 12 o'clock tomorrow as having agreed to terms?
Can I offer a counter question to that? Just because it's one of my favorite things to watch for.
Counter the question.
When will be the first deal signed?
Tomorrow.
12:01. Well, 12:01 Wednesday afternoon.
No shit, Scott.
Whenever
technically it can't be signed until Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
What I mean is, last year the first one wasn't announced until 12/14.
Oh, wow. So that's a long time. That's forever. There's going to be people really having a fucking fit if it takes that long for Adam Peters to make a deal. Holy shit!
Was it Chris Jones at the combine who's had a wardrobe malfunction? I think it was.
No, it was Dontari Poe.
Was it Dontari Poe?
I think they both did actually. You're right. Chris Jones did. Chris Jones stuff fell out. Dontari Poe, I think, split.
Well, yeah.
Imagine that. Tears. And here we have in the Underwear Olympics, Temeric Hemingway.
I just don't understand how the fuck it is that they say he's running down the goddamn track with an erection, which was what they said about Chris Jones. He said, I just don't understand it. Now we're way off in the weeds.
Never forget what was that corner that we had from Penn State?
Troy Apke?
Troy Apke could run.
He could run.
He was he could run. That's right.
He could run.
Yeah.
Run.
He could run. You know, for all the people, I get a kick out of, for one, I like social media because there are good fans out there. There's good people that I can talk with about things, even if the discussion isn't the best. And even if, I don't give a fuck if you actually know or played or anything like that. Let's talk about it. We're fans. But these folks that want to make up all kinds of stuff about what they saw in the 4-second clip about this dude doing turns over, he catches the ball and throws it on the ground. That wouldn't even be a catch in the NFL if you did that. The fuck are you doing?
Exactly. It's a fucking.
Look how fast he did that. Great. Second down. Get the fuck back to the huddle.
Fucking means nothing.
Nothing. None of it. So I'm hoping 12 o'clock tomorrow. I want to see. Give me Quay Walker.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Announce that. That would be nice.
He's the absolute number one on my list is Quay Walker.
Yeah, him. And
we're probably not going to get him, but it's a wish, wish list. We better get a fucking linebacker.
I want to see three. I want to see 3, maybe 4 decent top draw signings that you can just go right. Okay, yeah, I know.
Starter.
4 starters. You need 4 starters. Not necessarily just tomorrow or announced tomorrow, but by Friday, I want to see 4 decent starters. Mm-hmm. that we're kind of looking at top of the market going, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good signing.
All right, one thing I forgot. Jake Moody. Yeah, I know. We have re-signed Jake Moody. Now, I don't mind re-signing Jake Moody. I just hope that they don't turn around from signing Jake Moody and go, well, that's that. Kicker's settled. Fuck that. Sign 5 more. Let me pull back so you can see how many. Sign 5 more. All right. And keep bringing them in. Don't fall victim to what you did last year and swear up and down, first guy we talked to, it's settled. We're not going to talk to anybody else. As a matter of fact, we're going to give them the biggest deal ever for a guaranteed kicker. I don't want to go giving Brandon Aubrey $8 million, but don't just look at Jake Moody and go, problems.
I think Aubrey's a free agent too.
He is.
He has a second round.
No, he's a restricted. He's got a tender on him for $6.5 million is the tender. So looking at this, the top kickers that are on free agency is Joey Sly, expected to get $5 million. Nick Folk.
I don't know why we cut him in the first place.
Nick Folk expected to get 4. Chad Ryland is a restricted free agent, 4.4. Then we're into Zane Gonzalez, Matt Prater, Riley Patterson, Daniel Carlson from the Vegas Raiders. Would you take a punt on him? And Jason Sanders is now a free agent.
Look, can he kick a 60-yard field goal and have a better than a 55% chance of making it? That's all. That's what I fucking want.
That's the modern kicker nowadays. You better know that.
Yep. If you can't do that, then I don't want you on my team.
Yeah, I don't want. Don't tell me you're automatic for 40 yards in. Whatever.
Fucking go to Australia, go to fucking England, go to Japan. I don't give a shit. Bring some motherfucking kickers in.
He's catching on. Ladies and gentlemen, he's catching on. It took me 4 years of talking to Jesse about kicking before he finally gets it.
It's
Go
bullshit that there's
take a cruise ship around the world and fill it up.
Come on, man. Fucking people can kick a fucking ball. Go find them.
Fucking
ball.
So I also just found this list finally because we haven't talked about this. Max Crosby got traded.
Yes, he did. 2 first-round picks to the
now,
and thank goodness it wasn't
the Philly. So since 2015, the players that have been traded for 2 first-round picks include Khalil Mack, Jamal Adams, Laramie Tunsil, Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, Micah, Sauce Gardner, and Max Crosby. Safe to say that 3 of those were hits.
Yeah, I'd say.
What did he go for? The one from Parsons. What did Parsons? Was he 2 first rounders?
Parsons got hurt
and more, but
and more. Yeah,
I'm just saying in that trade package, 2 first round picks were included.
Right, that's a lot, and I'm glad that A, we didn't do it, and B, it didn't go into the NFC East. The Cowboys.
I feel so sorry for Joe Burrow. It's like, who have you got to deal with? TJ Watt twice, Myles Garrett twice, Max Crosby twice. Thanks very much, guys.
I saw a Bengals fan on Twitter yesterday that said they had the best offensive line in that division. They're not worried about this.
Who, the Bengals?
This Bengals fan says, quote, have the 2 best receivers, best quarterback, best O-line, and maybe best running back in the division. Think we'll manage.
I think we'll manage with our
best running back.
I'm sorry. There's a chance you could say Chase Brown is number 3 in that division.
Dude, if you say Joe Burrow, you have a better than even chance of him getting hurt and missing 10 games. Just Joe Burrow. Put it out there. Yeah, you're right there, man. That's a hell of a fucking murderer's row to have to go through all season. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. You know, if you want to play for these kinds of players, you got to pony up. And it wasn't 2 weeks ago the Raiders were saying they weren't going to trade him at all. So, you know, I read that the Eagles were interested by maybe fielding Jalen Carter. But at the same time, honest to God, it's getting even harder to know what's real and what's not at this time of year. You know, did they or not? With Howie Roseman, I'm inclined to think, yeah, he did.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah, sure. Why not?
So what picks now in that respect then, Max? Do the Raiders have 4? Is it pick 14?
They got 14
and 1.
Oof.
And it won't fucking help them at all.
Now, also, the other big trade of the week was Trent McDuffie got traded.
Yeah, he did.
And the Rams didn't even give up their higher pick. The Rams still have number 11.
Round, though.
It's still first down, but there's a big difference between 11 and 29.
But
wow. Yeah, that's true, but still, that's a lot to give up.
The
Chiefs have got 9. The Chiefs have got 9 and 29. You're going to get some good talent there still,
especially when the Chiefs trade up to us so they can draft Jeremiah Love.
That's what I'm saying.
And we drop and get David Bailey, who slips because they found out that he's got a degenerative fingernail.
It's got an ingrown toenail.
That's right.
He's got a hangnail.
Right. He's got a toenail. So yeah. All right, Scott, who are you hoping at 12:01 tomorrow we have agreed to terms?
Dafe I'd love that. I'd love that.
I think that would be a good one. Just
Boye Mafe, one of the two.
You just want to
Isaiah Likely.
You just want weird names to be able to say on the podcast.
Alec Pierce, I don't blame you, Paul. Alec Pierce would be great, but it's going to be a lot of money. That's going to be a serious amount of money to pay for. Realistically, a wide receiver 2 at best.
Yeah, but look what the Bengals did for receiver 2. That market is completely reset.
Yeah. But he's not. But you're telling me Alec Pierce, and
I'm not.
Entirely.
I'm not.
He is not. I would want to spend.
But what I'm saying though is, if you look at what receiver 2s now are earning, it's blown out of the water because of what the Bengals did.
Yeah.
T Higgins is a wide
He's a 1
receiver
anywhere else, really.
On most.
I mean, frankly, you could say they're number 1B of wide receiver tandems.
I would agree.
And the only reason they're 1B is because Dallas.
Well, you know, I think if we would have been able to pry him loose last year, he would have been our wide receiver 1.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Somebody else got hurt. Scott, now you're looking for Tyler Algier.
No, I don't think. I think we might end up with someone like Kenneth Walker, Rico Dowd, or Tyler Algier would be okay as a back that I'd look at. But who's the guy from Tampa Bay who used to play with
Rashad White?
Rashad White.
There you go. There you go. That's the one.
He's from
So
Tampa.
maybe him. Yeah. Well, it doesn't have. We need a running back that's a bruiser that can carry the load 1 and 2, first and second down, but also is okay in the passing game. That's what you need.
I got a name for you. Chris Rodriguez.
I want him back. I still want Chris Rodriguez back.
I know everybody.
I'd sign Jeremy McNichols as well.
See, I'm not so in on McNichols, although McNichols, I love the guy. I'll call him Captain Big Play because that's what he does, man. When he gets the ball, that dude just never quits. That touchdown against the Raiders last year was incredible. I don't care if it was the Raiders. That's a pro football team, and he ran over all of them.
I think, John, it doesn't matter what you're saying here, what we do tomorrow, who we sign, or who's agreed by the time it gets to then, it gets to Wednesday. What this will do is by the time we come to our next show, we'll know what way we're going to go in the draft, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
We might.
I kind of agree with this too. Yeah, a little bit.
If we need to run
because you love.
We did.
You love love.
Well, I mean, look, who else you got in the third round? I mean, always keep your eyes open, man. Keep your eyes open.
The big thing about that is how many running backs are successful at the second contract?
There's not
you
too
could
many.
probably count them on 2 hands.
Yeah, it's not that many. So yeah, you got to take that in consideration, Max.
Dude, I tell you what,
100% right.
That's why I think that people they sleep on Chris Rodriguez. I don't think he's 1,000 a year back. He's not your most not dynamic guy, but he is a pounding, bruising hammer back. You've got a great, in my opinion, potential back in Bill Krosky-Merritt. All right. We love how he runs through the hole. That dude has got lightning written all over him. He had a couple of games last year in which he absolutely excelled, and he not only excelled in the yardage, but he excelled in the carries. 18 to 20 carries in the games. I think it was the Giants and the Cowboys where he just absolutely just kicked their ass, and they fed him. I like those two as a potential hammer or thunder and lightning combo, and then get another guy to go in there. I like this Rashad White thing you're talking about because he's used to that kind of a platoon. I like some of these lesser name backs, and I'm not in on Jeremiah Love until they draft him. And as soon as they draft him, I'm all fucking going to be, popping the champagne. But I just think I like our guys. I like them.
My argument for Love is he's not just a running back. He's a absolute force anywhere that you want to stick him. And if that's the way this office wants to go, I am 100% all for it.
Like I said, if they draft him,
I want to pick the best player. I want a fucking blue chip. Fucking, This is going to be a top 3 at your position guy, whoever we pick with this number 7. That's why I'm not opposed to offense. I would rather have a defense because our defense needs a little bit more work, but we still need weapons around Jaden. And so if this team feels like, hey, Love, or even Carnell Tate for that matter, if they think that that's the guy, well, then go get him.
Yeah.
Well, if they want to trade back and go get the fucking tight end, Kenyon Sadiq, go fucking get him. That's cool, but he better be the guy. We want him to be the guy. Whoever,
got to be a blue chipper. I think this draft has blue chippers in it in the top 10. And I think it's going to really all depend on how it shakes out. But dude, when you've got 4 Ohio State blue chip guys right there in the top 10, then as far as I'm concerned, what else do you want? Well, maybe not 4. God's give me the look. I'm no good at math, but I look at schools that produce top pro talent, and they do 100%. So yeah, I'm looking at guys like Styles. I'm looking at Downs. I'm looking at Carnell Tate. And if we pick any of those 3 guys, I'll be fucking thrilled. Any of them. If we pick Jeremiah Love, I'll be thrilled. Yeah. If we pick some goddamn guard,
if we pick Davis,
like on my draft board, Jeremiah Love is my number 1 player in this draft right here.
He's my top guy. If
Sure.
And it all depends on what happens this coming week. Really,
yeah. Listen, I think we're set up. We're in a good position. We're going to get a good player. If we stick and pick or if we trade back, I think we're going to be all right. As long as we don't trade back into the fucking 20s. To be honest, I think
you better
after
pick up a hell of a lot of back end picks.
I think like after 15, this draft really starts to level out, and
agreed.
It doesn't.
I think the lowest you can probably go is 11, and the only reason I say that is you can get a lockdown corner, in Mansour Delane.
Yeah, I mean he's my top corner. I'd be thrilled.
Dallas will take him at 12. Dallas will take him if they're going to sit there at that level. If you could pick up a second rounder, fantastic, because one of these teams, either the Saints or the Chiefs, are going to want Jim Love, and they're going to look at that and say, "Hey, you know what? I can leapfrog the other one, and if you can get a second out of it, great." But for going back 2 spots, you're probably not going to get a lot out of there.
Where are the Cowboys picking? Because I'll tell you
12.
what, if they were
Cowboys pick 12.
They were rumored. Now, whether it's true or not, they were rumored to also be in on this Max Crosby thing, which means that they realize that losing Micah Parsons.
I've heard rumors that they're really into Sonny Styles as well too. So that
they could potentially be a trade back partner.
And he's come up. He's come up on my draft stock as well. But yeah, I think we're in a good position. I think we are in a good position.
Hollywood says, if we take a top available cornerback, safety, running back at 7, we did fine. If we take Larry, fine. Go ahead, Jesse. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No. I think, safety worries me, is concerning at 7. I'm not going to lie. There's not a whole lot of safety.
You just don't like it as a positional value.
Just a positional value. I like Caleb Downs. People think I hate Caleb Downs. That's not it. I'm looking at the value impact for teams itself. That's why you don't see safeties are taken in the first. It's been 6 years since the safety's been taken in the first round. There's a reason for that. But if they deem to find Downs, that's their player. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. I just don't see it happening.
Look, I got guys that follow
Unless we trade
Ohio
back
State football like it's a religion. All right. And I don't know if you've ever been to Columbus, but literally, if you go into McDonald's and go into the men's room and take a piss, you are looking at Ohio State memorabilia all around you, everywhere you go. So when they talk about their guys, they tend to, they gloss them up a little bit, but they have an idea what they're looking at. They got a lot of things to say, or at least a lot of history to go back on to compare it to. And the way that they talk about Caleb Downs, the way that I hear him talked about by Ohio State fan friends that I know that know football, that tell me this guy is a perennial all-pro candidate.
So that's what's hard to say about Sonny Styles. Actually, I hear more about Sonny Styles than I do about Caleb Downs.
Well, that's because you follow Sonny Styles' mother on Twitter.
He's got a brother in this draft. He's cornerback for Ohio State.
He ran a hell of a 40 time.
Hey, find an Ohio State defensive player and fucking draft him at some point in this damn draft.
Or a wide receiver.
Yes.
Or a running back. Yeah. Dude, you can't go. If you take a quarterback in Ohio State, you fucked up. But
what was the last Ohio State wide receiver to bust? Curtis Samuel? Maybe.
Well, Noah Brown.
And was that a complete bust though?
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah. Just look at Ohio State's receiver churn out. It is.
Yeah. Oh, I would be tickled if we got Cornell Tate. I really would. I'd be perfectly fine with Cornell Tate, because I think we do got to look at the future, and Terry is not going to be here maybe after this year. So who's going to fill that void?
That's where I was coming from with this at the very outset, was this thing from Matt Berry that came out this week. Now, Matthew Berry is a fantasy football writer. He's a Commanders fan. I like his content. I think he's a pretty decent guy. He's decent. Well, I don't know him, but he's a decent writer. And he was on a podcast and made a logical supposition by looking at Terry's contract and saying this will probably be his final season as a Commander. And, well, it caused a lot of discussion. Let's put it that way. All of you that are out there, the Commanders fans, you all know how it goes. It just, what? Yeah. So, it wasn't, I saw that one of these NFL rumors or JP, one of the clickbaity team source says, no, it's not team source. Matt Berry said it. All right. And that's all it was. And he's probably right. Okay. When we looked at the contract, when it was initially signed, we all kind of figured that. It's kind of a smack in the face since he missed half of last year. But at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and say I agree. I think Terry will probably end his career somewhere else. If he stays here, it's only going to be because he wants to be here and he'll take the pay cut that it takes. Scott, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, John. I think that it's a lot of money. I mean, we had a look the other day at Terry's contract. I think it's over $30 million, I think, next year.
That's the way it goes.
We're going to have to pay him. The out is the end of this year. You don't then have to take any dead cap money going forward with that new deal. The new deal comes on at the end of this upcoming season. So unfortunately, he's going to be 31 by the time he finishes, nearly 32. Do you want to pay a 32-year-old receiver in 2027 $34 million against the cap?
No,
not for me.
No, and I think we all knew that when this contract was signed, that they had an out after 2. And like I just said, if he's here, it'll be out of the reason that he wants to be here and is just going to take a pay cut and retire this way as a Commander. Now, Jesse, your favorite player ever, Gary Clark.
Yeah. Finished
his career as a Cardinal.
He did.
So this is nothing.
It happens. It happens, you know.
It does.
And we're going to have to deal with it. Listen, is Terry a Hall of Famer? No, but he's going to be a Ring of Famer. I think we could probably all agree with that. Sometimes this stuff just gets happened. It's time to move on, and we're going to have to deal with it.
Right. Business and age. That's how it is, you know. Max, what do you think? You've never seen a player that goes this long as Terry has with this team. Neither of you, Scott.
Not anyone of this skill, but I mean, Terry's this is his 9th year with the team?
Yeah. I mean, a guy that I think all 4 of us realize or want that the moment he retires, they put his name up in the Ring of Fame. Yeah. I think
the only one that I could compare it to is Santana Moss.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they finally did that. So
and Moss wasn't even homegrown here,
right?
You know, too. So
that was a great day, boys.
Oh yeah. Got mine too. But yeah, it's going to be a bittersweet day. But it's going to happen, you know. Yeah. And probably what I do believe is it's a swan song, and hopefully he goes out on a high note here, and it has a good, healthy season. That's we want all of our starters. We wish them well and wish them health, but we need to start preparing for that break because it is coming.
Right, which is why I would not at all be upset if they drafted a guy like Carnell Tate. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people will bitch and say, oh, his 4-5 time.
Who gives a shit?
For one,
oh my God.
What you're talking about here between him and some of the fastest guys in the league is 0.2 of a fucking second. Shut up.
But
you
also
couldn't run that between your fucking toilet and your refrigerator. Stop it.
When's there's no point on the field anymore where you run 40 yards straight in a line.
No.
As a matter of fact, that's why the NFL tests at a 40-yard dash instead of a 100-yard dash or a 60-yard dash or a 50-yard dash. They test a 40 because back in the day, Paul Brown said that's about the only time as anybody's going to run a straight line is on a punt cover.
I think you should if you're going to pay attention to some of that stuff like the shuttle, I think that one's a little bit more realistic. The 40s are just, that's just for gun open speeds, maybe pay attention to the running backs, pay attention to the cornerbacks and stuff like that with the 40s. But for positional, like skill positional players, you're cutting inside and out, and it's not that fucking important.
Like if you look at the fastest 40-yard dashes, you're sitting at a 4.21 with Xavier Worthy. Mm-hmm. John Ross is a 4.22. A cornerback that I've never heard of is number 3 at a 4.23. Like there's one guy on here that has actually like made something of his career, and it's Chris Johnson.
Where was what's his name? He went to Maryland. He was a receiver from Maryland, and then the Raiders drafted him.
You talking about Hayward Bay?
Yeah, Hayward Bay.
Hayward Bay.
He blew up at the combine, and the Raiders went and fucking picked it. And
then they said, "Hey, Jamarcus, and you throw him the ball."
And he was a 4.3.
Yeah,
he was a 4.3 flat,
and he probably should have been like a 3rd or 4th rounder.
And he was number 7.
Yeah,
we're gonna get you overall. A fast guy here. Nobody knows his name. There's been more times that I can count that the Raiders have picked somebody in the first round where people go, "What the fuck?"
Dad, do you remember when they drafted Mike Mitchell?
Yes. They didn't even have a card.
Do you know about this? No. Mike Mitchell was a safety from Ohio that they drafted in the 3rd round.
Not Ohio State.
Ohio. He didn't get an invite to the combine. When he got drafted, he was at a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Now, this is when the draft used to be like all day Saturday.
This is Al Davis of the Oakland Raiders.
Mike Mitchell, you've been drafted by the Raiders.
Right.
If there's a Mike Mitchell here, you have a phone call.
You have a phone call. Hello, this is the Raiders. Can you turn down the bowling pins?
I remember that
If you
draft.
ever really
They
want to
drafted
see if
someone
I
named
can rap, I
Striker.
didn't rap as the Raiders. I rapped as Jamarcus Russell. In fact, Paulie probably remembers.
Paulie says we are getting Ayuk at a bargain this year. We may. We'll try for Pierce regardless of the price. I don't think that's even in the cards at all. I'd like to see Likely added. I think all of us would.
Or
and pray for a linebacker and edge in free agency. See, that's my most important position in free agency is the linebacker position. That's what I want them to target first and foremost.
I'm glad you're finally listening to me.
Took you 5 years.
But yeah, I know the allure of Pierce. I do. I get it. I think he got, when Pittman got hurt, I think he reaped a lot of benefits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's good, deep.
Yeah. He's nothing more than a wide receiver too for me.
I tell you what, honest to God, if they release Pittman, I'd much rather take him at the value that we would get for him.
Yeah.
Pierce is going to get a ton of money, and I'm not ready to pay that for him for the 1 year that he's shown me anything. Yeah. Pittman is steady.
Keep in mind, Pittman was drafted with our draft pick too.
Brandon Ayuk, okay, which seems to be a foregone conclusion. Look, if he can
play,
I'm happy. If he can,
we're forgetting something. It happened just a couple days ago. Burks was re-signed.
That's right.
You get him at the back end of a roster. Go get your wide receiver too, and you got a good, I think, core of wide receivers when you add in Luke McCaffrey and Jalen Lane.
I think you're right. I think our wide receiver room isn't as bad as it may seem at this moment. We need a number 2. But you're right. I did forget about that. But Treylon Burks re-signing to me is a big thing. I know, Coach, if you're out there, is going to laugh at me. I don't know why he's worth $4 million. Whatever. It's 1.3% of the salary cap. Look, if the guy pans out, I don't believe in anything spiritual with the exception of maybe karma. All right. And our karma has been so goddamn bad that we are due to be able to pull some guy off the dumpster like this and be able to make it work. The potential that he brings, the large target, the good hands for Jalen down inside the 20-yard line, man, I love it. I love that signing.
Yeah. I want to say I do think McCaffrey is going to play a bigger role this year because we saw that last year, and we really started to see him break out of his shell and develop more trust with the quarterbacks.
With Mariota.
Well, in the preseason,
he had a pretty good game with Jaden too. I think it was the Chargers game was really good. You had a good game against the Chargers.
Specifically in the preseason, he was open all the time. Yeah, and we were sitting here saying, why isn't he just getting the ball?
Yeah. Well, that was, remember, we had this conversation several times last year because Jaden tends to run to his right when he's flushed out of the pocket or when he's on the move. Mm-hmm. And McCaffrey always seems to be trailing and doesn't seem to catch his eye. I was wondering, he's open. We always keep seeing, we were looking at PFF. Oh, look how often he's open. Okay, so why isn't he getting the ball? But
I strongly believe there's trust has to be earned too.
Yeah.
And I think this goes with the Senate situation as well. We see, especially later on last year, he put some good film out there. Even though he wasn't targeted a whole bunch, he still put really good film. His route started to get better. He was getting open. So we got to take that in consideration as well.
Hot take. I think our tight end room going into the season is going to be Senate, Bates, and Yankov.
You might be right.
No more tight ends. You wouldn't sign a tight end.
Not that I wouldn't. I just think that they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to put the money in on it. I think it's going to be our guy.
You'd have to think they're going to get at least a veteran pass catcher.
Maybe.
Unless they really like Yankov too.
Or they think it's time to step up. They're just going to say you're stepping up or else. That's it. You're going to do it or not.
3.
Yeah, it is.
This is the year. Year 3. This is year 3 for tight ends. This is Senate's year. It's a make or break year in my eyes. Show what you got, or Peter's made a mistake.
Paulie Wood says Daniels is going to be playing under a different scheme this coming year, playing a lot more under center, integrating play action over the RPO. That we keep hearing this, and we're not really sure. I mean, we want to see that, and we think so, but Blau is a complete mystery. I mean, we think we're going to see parts of this offense, the Ben Johnson offense. We're going to see parts of the Cliff Kingsbury offense, but we don't know. Maybe David Blau's had like a secret fucking weapon stashed under his pillow that he's been writing on. What do you think of that, Scott?
I don't know. You did, yeah. We don't know if he is going to be doing that, but yeah, we keep hearing the Ben Johnson offense, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I want to see now here. Okay, since we're into the let's just throw shit out there time, I like to see a fullback. All right, and there's been a lot more pull for fullbacks in the league. Just what's his name? And
you want to keep Chris Rodriguez so bad, just fucking make him a fullback,
dude. That's what I've heard people say. That's what they're going to do with Sinnott. Is Sinnott a fullback? Can he play fullback? Could he be a fullback?
I think he could be that.
He's a blocker. Kind of. How about Bates at that situation? If you're going to make one of them a fullback, why not put it in Bates? Bates knows how to pull through there and bust some fucking linebacker in the head.
I would like Bates more than I'd like Sinnott there.
I I'm just throwing it out there. I've heard that we're going to try to run. You see that more now. We're going to move towards the running game. Now in the NFL, more towards the running game. You see more traditional sets of two backs back there, whether it's an H-back or a fullback. You see it. And I'm just curious as to anytime I ever see it in our offense, it's usually out of a pistol and then they formation out of it. They motion out of it. Yeah. So, dude, I'm old school. I want to see I formation. Send that freaking fullback up through the goddamn middle and break somebody's teeth open, running back right behind him. What do you think?
All right, 42 blast.
There you go. Right, yellow 30. Yellow 30. Hollywood says, I'm not sure an offensive features of fullback is going to be fast enough to compete in today's NFL.
Who are the two prominent fullbacks in the league right now?
Juszczyk and
fucking hell.
Ricard. Yeah. Patrick Ricard. Do you know who Patrick Ricard plays for?
The Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Great job, Dad. He's on the Ravens. So we've got the 49ers and we've got the Ravens. That's not true.
Yeah. Well, I know most of this fan base is
Derrick Henry behind them.
I know most of this fan base is ready to give up on Ben Sinnott. I am not. You look around the league and you get your unicorns once in a while, like a Brock Bowers. He's not Brock Bowers. But it takes time. It does take time for most tight ends to develop.
I think you're right in that I think fans, they always want to see us have whatever the best guy is, depending on who that is.
What's
that?
Putting them in the most fans category.
They see a tight end that can go up and catch a big pass, right? Used to play basketball in college. What was his name for the Chargers? God damn it. Antonio Gates. Oh, I want somebody like Antonio Gates. Well, they don't grow them guys on trees.
There's 32 other teams that want them too. Yeah.
Right. So I kind of like what we've got in Sinnott and Bates. All right. I want to see them more used in terms of as a tight end, not necessarily as my downfield receiver. Those are a surprise play. When the tight end is running that seam right there, it's because this is an opportunity to get him open. I don't want to see him as a primary threat in the passing game. I want to see defenses look at him as somebody that's going to rattle the shit out of my fucking safety while that running back's coming up behind him.
You know who you're talking about right now?
Destroy my linebacker over there. That's what I'm looking at him for. And if he breaks out, into the pattern, then I want to see him make plays. But I'm not looking for, Tony Gonzalez. I'm not looking for a guy that plays wide receiver at the tight end position.
You're looking for a Jason Witten.
Thank you.
That's what you want.
Reliable.
And to be honest with you, that's he got compared a lot with Witten coming out of college. His physique and the type of film he put out.
Sorry, Max, did I just say something wrong? Is Witten a Hall of Famer?
No, no. I'm just more looking at Paulie saying Chris Cooley was a perennial All-Pro.
Well, Cooley was a damn good receiver.
That's great.
I don't think he made it All-Pro, did he?
He never did.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think. Yeah.
Chris Cooley was a cult.
Pro Bowler.
It was a cult receiver that we had here.
Like a 2 or 3 time Pro Bowler, maybe.
He was Pro Bowler a couple times. And I mean, I'm not ever going to disparage Chris Cooley's playing ability out there on the field. That dude was Mr.
No, he was great.
Hell yeah. Chris Cooley had the weirdest way.
He
He held the ball like way down under his hip. You know, it was way down there when he had the ball. And I'm like, God damn it, that thing's going to come out any minute now. Cooley was that guy when you didn't expect it that would make that play. Bam. There
And
he is.
he was considered, I think, in the Joe Gibbs offense when Gibbs
He was
was
an H-back.
he was the H-back. Yeah.
He was the H-back.
Yeah, Madden used to have him listed as the fullback.
Right. Yeah, he was the H-back, and that was when the H-back kind of made a comeback into the NFL when Gibbs, because that was one of Gibbs's innovations. And yeah, Cooley, hell yeah, man. I loved Chris Cooley as a tight end. I thought he played quite well. He blocked well, he caught well, and he made clutch plays. But I just don't think that we're going to go spending a lot of money on tight end in this free agent period. It's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of money, but you could get K. Dotton on decent amount. And he can give you both blocking and pass blocking and run blocking.
K. Dotton or Colson Yankoff?
K. Dotton every day of the week. Yeah,
Yankoff's a cool name though.
Oh, like he ain't called.
It is. That's why I wanted Will Clapp, but he's retired. Unfortunately,
Clapp.
imagine
He's
that.
he's
retired.
He's a
It
coach for the
like
Chargers
it would be
now.
very difficult for you
Has
to
he become a coach now? Has he? Because he was with the Saints last year. Like
Coach
literally
Clapp.
this season just gone.
Coach Clapp.
So he was playing for the Saints. He was a free agent this year, and I would have.
Wherever he retired from, he was a
Clapp.
Wherever he retired from, he's a coach now.
That's Saints. Then he's gone to. He was with the Saints
Yeah,
last year.
and you are right, Bollywood. So we got to rein John in sometimes just a little bit.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know who tried to do that? Remember when the Jets tried to do that with Rex Ryan?
Work. Okay. Our 1987 football. Okay. Look at us. We won the Super Bowl 1987. Defense and a strong running game and then go over the top. That team could fucking score from anywhere. Okay. And whether that's 1987 football, if we're going to go for a running game, you need a defense to go with it. And we have that. That's where we need the most work. So
It's just not today's game, though, I think.
that's because they have smaller shoulder pads.
It's just,
I mean, did you look at the teams that just won the last few Super Bowls? That's a running game and a defense.
Running game and a defense.
But again, I'm gonna steal a words from John. Adaption. It's going to adapt, and it's going to get right back to high scoring, flying.
Right, but Jesse, the thing though is
the league is. It's why all these fucking rules are in place. They want scoring. Defense bores.
But so here's the thing about that is, in order for the defense to adapt to that, they're going to have to get out of the too high safety look. Because that's just.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How else do you stop a running game? You bring another one in the box.
Oh yeah.
So right now the defenses have adapted to stop the passing game.
Right.
And the teams that are winning are able to take advantage of that with the Seahawks and the Eagles, because the Chiefs the year before were still the high flying game. We're in the beginning of this swing, which is going to take the next 7 to 8 years to get out of it.
I don't know about that.
That's some wisdom right there.
That's how long these swings take. If you look at the offenses, I mean, Peyton Manning in 2013 had 58 touchdown passes. This year, the league leader, I think, barely touched 45. So that's a huge disparity. So all of a sudden, the league is now in the swing of defense and a running game. And then it's going to, when it opens back up, once the safety gets dropped back down, we're going to have these more crossing routes. That's what's going to have to happen.
However, I will point out, regardless of how they manage to change these things, defense controls football. All right. And even when it was the highest flyingest, most, super duper, the greatest show on turf, right? The Rams that could fucking run up the points. They had the number 4 defense in the league. So I think, in my opinion, regardless of how the shifts of the offense goes, what Jesse just pointed out about me being correct is true. Don't you love that? Offense innovates, defense adapts. That's why offense is constantly innovating, because defense adapts very quickly.
That's what I mean. It's going to get to a
without
point
a whole lot of change
where the offense is going to find the holes in it. I mean, this just happens all the time.
Defense,
that's why offensive coordinators, the good ones at least, and head coach, that's why they become head coach, because they can adapt and are able to figure it out
in a
quicker
way,
sooner rather than later.
But if you look at the best offensive head coaches, you got Sean McVay, who gets himself a Puka Nacua, who is able to just run the entire route tree better than anybody in the league.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
But also at the same
I
time,
mean, you got your Mike Shanahan's as well too. You know that did a lot with not a whole lot this year, and it was able to still run a functional offense with all of his players. You know, has made some major injuries is what I'm trying to say, you know, because he's that good of a offensive coordinator. They're getting smarter and smarter. And that same thing for defenses. I mean, look at Seattle's defense, their coach, but they had a pretty good offense too. Let's not
true. But what I'm saying when I talk about offense innovates, defense adapts, when you look at offensive innovations, they happen almost all the time. All right. They're constantly looking for a new way to beat defense. But really, when you look at defensive from the conceptual standpoint, what's the last great innovation? What, the zone blitz?
I mean,
probably.
Yeah, maybe. Right? Yeah.
So, and that was brought about to try to factor against the West Coast offense, which
that too, you know, you had your Rex Ryan amoeba defense.
Everybody
that was good for a couple of years, you know, and then the offenses is, you know, it just kind of goes on and on. And that's kind of what makes football, especially in this era, exciting, besides all the fucking rules. You know, I think all these fucking rules do gear towards the offense because that's what people.
They can't even make a decent phrase for legal tampering.
Yeah, but you're right. But all I'm saying is the defense will always be adapting because offenses are always innovating. And
to try to stop defensive adaptation, right? Because defenses will shut them down.
My big point is
it always has.
It's going to take a lot for that strong safety to come back into the box.
Okay. And as a general rule,
just to stop the run game. Mm-hmm. This is what we got away from. I mean, it's happened in the last 4 or 5 years of just becoming more of a league thing of these two high safeties. And we see pass numbers start to fall and rushing numbers go up. What's it going to take to break the two safety system and go back to a one safety system? It's going to take years of running backs just popping off against these defenses. And then they'll bring that person back down in the box, and then passing numbers are going to start to inflate again.
See, but I don't think it will take years though. I think it might take we know what this offense is about, so we're gonna have to bring our safety down.
I'm not talking.
I think it's going to be like kind of hit and miss.
Jesse, I'm not talking about an individual team and versus an individual game. I mean as a league-wide trend. Because what I mean by league-wide trends, rushing numbers are going up, passing numbers are going down.
Running backs are being more valued.
So, I mean, there's a reason that Saquon Barkley had 2,005 rushing yards and then had 1,200 last year. There's a reason that happened. So yeah, you can point out an individual team and say this is how you stop this team. But if you look at it as a league whole, it's going to take 8 to 12 years for it to actually take into effect.
Not everybody has the talent to be able to do it.
That too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be the Raiders and have an all-world running back, but offensive line is one of the worst to ever play the game.
True. And that's why he doesn't look like an all-world running back, does he?
You know, he got hit behind the line of scrimmage on 40% of his runs last year. Think about how much that is.
That's a lot.
This is why when people bring up Jeremiah Love, I mean, granted, our offensive line is worlds better than them. We beat the crap out of them, and we were bad last year. But to me, for Jeremiah Love, oh my God, he's so exceptional. All right. It seems to me that there's one of these exceptional backs every year, every other year. Last year, Ashton Jeanty was just going to be the man, whether he went to the Raiders or not. He was going to be that guy. He was that good. People point to Bijan. Say what?
I said, it doesn't matter who you are. You go to the Raiders, you're going to fucking suck.
This is going to fall apart there.
That's the ultimate litmus test. If Tom Brady falls off over there,
yeah.
I did read this morning that he absolutely refused to trade Max Crosby to the Patriots, which is kind of funny. Maybe he doesn't like Mike Vrabel. I don't know. But yeah, there's a back like that all the time, and if we have no defense, all right, you see Kenneth Walker. I mean, maybe not like that all the time, but look, dude, we pulled Bill Krusky-Merritt out of the 7th round. You look at Bucky Irving; he was a 4th rounder. There's talent all over. I think James Cook was a 2nd rounder.
Cook was a second because that was the era where running backs were not 1st-round picks. When Jahmyr Gibbs got taken in the 1st round at 14, that was astounding.
Love is going to go high, right? But at the same
and
time,
as he should, whether it's through us or not,
agree.
he's going to go high.
I agree.
Because he's
that ready for that last final touch of our roster. There'll be one.
I just don't see it that way. That it has to be the last touch of the roster. I mean, you got to have a good free agency, to be able to go that route.
If you're going to try, to
I think you can. You have to keep your options open coming in, depending on who you get in free agency, and you can set yourself up where, Love is there, and you are able to take him because he is that good of a player. Because I don't see him just as a running back. I see him as
a dynamic threat,
exactly a dynamic threat all over the field. And what we do lack is a dynamic fucking tool for Jaden to use. Jaden needs help. He can't score all the points on his own.
He went to the NFC Championship game practically on his own. I get it, and I don't expect him to play Superman all the time. That's not realistic. But I just am shy about with as many needs as this team has. And I know you are, if you're in the top 10, BPA. But I am. It never. The two never separate. Need and BPA go hand in hand. And I just. If we
best player available in a position of need, and I'm sorry, running back is definitely a position of need.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm not so sure. I think Bill Krusky with another year under his belt of NFL training, put another 5 to 10 pounds of muscle on him. Dude, I like the way he plays. So I think he can grow. Maybe I'm just being a homer.
Say we pick up Owe and then Quay Walker and a cornerback.
Well, and a corner
in free agency.
Then yes,
that's setting up right there to fucking take Jeremiah Love.
I'll be happy to.
Our draft strategy is going to completely come into clear picture. Come Friday.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's all I'm saying. It's not out of the question. People should not just erase an offensive player, not even just Love. I'm talking about an offensive player in general.
Dude, Carnell Tate is one of my top
guys. Lens,
Jordan, top guys.
Who else is it?
What's the guy down in Arizona?
Tyson Jordan, is it?
Yeah.
Tyson Jordan, dude, top.
Jordan Tyson,
Jordan Tyson, whatever.
He's got
that's my whole point. Is do I love Jeremiah Love? Yes, I absolutely do. He's the highest on my draft board as far as the best players in this draft. But got to do what's best for the team itself. And you can absolutely set yourself up in free agency to be able to take anybody you want to, and with that 7th pick.
Now, I noticed that James Conner signed.
He did.
Back today with what's he, 30? All right, so yes. I'm for the Cardinals for a minute. Kyler Murray is like on the outs and outs.
He's already gone.
He's already gone.
They're cutting.
Are they sure he's gone, or is he just not, like lost underneath a throw rug or something?
I think he's going to go to the Jets or the Steelers.
He's so
maybe the Raiders.
Go to the Jets.
I
thought Rodgers was leaning on coming back.
He hasn't announced anything.
Rodgers is like, hell, it's only March. I can fuck around with y'all till July.
Right. Rodgers isn't going to say anything.
Yeah.
And
I'm hanging out in a fucking cave here in Western Pennsylvania. All right, so we did get Kyler Murray did call us. I don't know if you knew that, Max. He called.
I'm thinking Murray lands in Miami.
See, I would not be surprised if they end up taking that Alabama quarterback and trying to restart everything.
Because that's always worked out for him down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, Kyler Murray did call us on our 300th episode, and I'm gonna go ahead and play the call because Max didn't hear it, and I don't know if he was able to hear it or not, but there it is.
Yo, dumbasses. The nerve you got calling me up, asking me to give you a shout-out for your 300th episode? You guys are dicks. Y'all have been making fun of me for being small since day one. I've had enough of this shit. Y'all think making jokes about getting snatched up by a bird is funny? Man, that shit hurts. I tell you what, I only fell down one sewer grate. Y'all act like I can't even walk down the sidewalk. You said they had to call the fire department to help me get down from my bar stool at the club. That shit was ridiculous. My mother heard that shit. It scared the hell out of her. Well, look, I've had it up to here. My lawyer's gonna hear about this shit y'all keep up with these short jokes and tiny man bullshit. Y'all keep it up, you hear? I will fuck you. Oh, goddamn it, man. Man, who the hell spits gum on the goddamn sidewalk? Oh, goddamn it, now I'm stuck. I'm gonna be late. Man, this shit is nasty. Was it you? Was it you? Motherfucker, I will kill kick your ass.
There you go. There you go. All right, I'll play one more last thing, and then we're out of
Are you
here.
a Washington football fan active on social media?
Hell yeah, go team.
Have you ever been called an idiot or told you didn't know anything about football?
Oh yeah, all the time, moron.
Washington football fans active on social media, this is for you. It's the complete Washington football fan real-time overreaction kit. Now you can share your stupidity instantly during the game as it happens over all your social media platforms.
Oh wow.
Want to fire a coach or a player?
That's what I would do.
Just select their name and your dumbass post will write itself.
That's cool.
Instantly access a complete list of players we could have had that are better than the sorry-ass motherfucker you're watching out there on the field.
I told you, we should have signed Sam Darnold.
The complete Washington football fan real-time overreaction kit allows you to immediately say some stupid shit and then move seamlessly to the next stupid shit you want to say without having to back anything up with facts or
We
reality.
should sign Cam Newton. He's better than anybody we have.
With one click, you can choose from hundreds of pre-written posts to instantly access the most popular game day comments. Comments like, I told you all this team sucks, but nobody wanted to listen to me. John Bostic couldn't tackle my grandma. We should have drafted Justin Herbert. Why can't we stop anybody? What the fuck is this? What the fuck was that? Fuck this shit. I'm done with this team.
That sounds awesome.
Download the Washington Football Fan Real-Time Overreaction Kit right now and let everybody know that you're the genius and you should be running the team.
I do believe they have a free agency special running right now that you can get at least 100 opinions that you can just instantly throw out there. That
Only $9.99.
Just got you get a discount code there if you write in #AbnerWoo as well.
AbnerWoo. That's fresh from Avenue Industries. All right, I think we're done for the day. Are we done for the day?
Yeah, I think we're good.
This has been
Are we on Friday?
So we've talked about some defensive free agents here. We're going to see what Adam Peters does, whether he was paying attention today or not. We sincerely hope so. Because, really, just like every other fan, we the fucking know what we're talking about. All right, anyway, we will see you guys again on Tuesday, where we will discuss...
Tuesday?
I get... What
Tuesday, yeah.
It's that
like
time
in 2 days?
What's that?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, it's that time of year, man.
Look, I got to get this back on my schedule, all right?
You are a Commanders fan, Redskins fan. You know that March and April is the time of year.
You're right. That's when we win our Super Bowls. How could I forget?
Yeah.
That's right. So we'll come back on Tuesday. We'll talk about all of the legal tampering that has gone on and what we expect to see on Wednesday morning. And until then, remember, look, I don't care what your politics are, and I don't care whether you agree or not. We got people in harm's way. If you can, give blood. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Until later, I'll say later. Yeah, push